Yo, what's going on? Is that guy. I've wanted to always do a video on dreadlock wicks. Wicks are the phenomenon of rubber banded dreads that are crazy out in Florida. So definitely stay tuned, stay subscribed, because today we are going to be exploring into this realm a little bit more. So stay tuned. Chin Savage was hitting me up on Snapchat recently, and he was talking to me about wicks. Being from Florida himself, the man was enlightening me about some information on wicks, because really the internet does not have any info out there. So I'm going to say it today. Most importantly, what are wicks? From my understanding, wicks are dreadlocks that have been rubber banded together to make thicker dreads that often stand on end. And more noticeably, I went on to ask him why they're called wicks. They're called wicks because they actually look like the wick of a candle. That's the only explanation I can see. And I said, okay, it's because of candle. But I'm like, what else do they call wicks out in Florida? And he said they also call them bonks and dukes. He says, I don't know why they call them dukes, but when they're called wicks, it's been going on for a long time. And also when wicks are thick, they call them dank. So that would be dank dukes. More noticeably, guys like Gunplay and Chris Johnson, more recently Denzel Curry, have been the ones enforcing the wick look in the mainstream media.
The copperhead, hollow tips point at the copperhead, drop a head, popping the clock to the copper dead. But Bishop can ride a mess. That is the biggest hypocrisy. I don't see nobody stopping me.
You don't really see too many guys rocking this hairdo, but when you go down to Florida, it is seen everywhere, and I'm not really sure why, but it is more affiliated with being a G, being a gangsta. And that's what it comes across as when you're wearing wicks in Florida. You're looked at as a gangsta individual. Also, a very notable fellow from Florida rocking the wicks these days is Choo Choo the rapper, and he has actually some pretty decent lyrics. I would suggest checking out his music.
I'm a gangster for God. I live in spirit. You said you was a fan, and I know that's true. And like I said, this shit here based on Chew.
Dread review coming real soon as well. But Chew only really has 5 locks on his head, and it's really showing that, you know, dreadlocks of this sort are acceptable in certain parts of the world, and quite frankly, they should be worldwide. Like, I would like to see more people rocking the Wicks style. I feel it takes a whole lot of dreadlock confidence to do so. The problem with this is that, as Bob Marley said, dreadlocks are your identity, and when these identities are being created as a negative fashion, as a negative connotation of being a gangsta or being a don, kind of leaves a bad impression on dreadlocks once again. And we're still fighting to get out of that stereotypical thought forms of having dreads, because having dreads doesn't really make your identity negative. People associate dreads with negativity already. So now for wicks to be on the rise and they're known to be on gangsters, it kind of throws a stick in the spokes, because it's not helping us evolve with having people accept dreads as a worldly fashion with a positive meaning behind it. Does this make any sense? Amongst all the conversation, I had to ask Chin, why was it a gangster look? Why did gangster wear it? And he told me that it was a look of a Florida nigga getting money. Simple as that. Chin seems to think that the look came from Jamaicans and Haitians, and since Florida is so close to the Caribbean islands, Floridians adopted it as more of a thug look. So I don't really think that the world really understands how Florida understands that it's a thug look. So I don't really think that it's gonna be any different of a negative connotation when you see someone with wicks versus when you see someone with regular dreads. I think people are gonna feel the same way either way. It's just a bit more intimidating when you got tattoos and gold teeth and scars going along with the wicks that stand on top of their head. In order to make wicks, you can actually start them from twisted or interlocked hair, it's just a matter of combining it with rubber bands. And using the rubber bands, you honestly want to keep them in for about 5 months, 8 months, and you'll start to see them joining together. But you will want to exchange and change the rubber bands up every few months to avoid them getting stuck in the locks. But roughly around 5 or 6 months, you can probably change the rubber band out. Do note that wicks are a form of manipulated freeform locks. The manipulation occurs with the rubber band, but don't get me wrong, you can grow wicks naturally. Wicks are actually a natural form of dreading. If you let your hair go, there's no guarantee that your hair is going to grow into wicks, but more likely than not, you'll develop some wicks if you just let your hair congo up on its own. So I was asking, what is the ultimate tip for making dreads, and Shinhack actually had a really simple response. Rubber band your dreads, leave them in for 5 months, reband if necessary. That's about it. It's a pretty simple way of doing it. And washing with dreads, sleeping with the wicks as well. Nothing is really too different. Wash with residue-free soap. Sleeping, throw a stocking on your head. And drying, they use the sun in Florida, so it's really quite simple. So Wicks being quite the phenomenon here out of Florida, I'm quite excited to see where this trend goes. Obviously it's going to lead to more and more people that aren't with the G-Pass to start attaining them, and that's fine. It's great. It would actually be better that we can get the trend out of the gangster society and into like locks in general. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. You know, I got daily vlogs happening every single day, and check out the Instagram page at KNOTNation. Send me your pics and see what's good on the nation. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, one love.